I realized that one of my best students was not paying attention during the lesson. Let's call him John. He seemed to be so absorbed in his own thoughts. So I called him after the lesson. John, what is going on? You're not paying attention. John's eyes flooded with tears. He just said, Madam, I don't know what is happening to me. I'm having weird thoughts flooding my mind from the time I wake up until the time I go to bed. I don't know what to do. I'm so stressed, madam. This is a case of obsessive compulsive disorder. Welcome back to Reflections. My name is Matilda, a guidance and counseling psychologist. Here, we share ideas on how to become better parents. So today, I want to create awareness on obsessive compulsive disorder, OCD. So what is OCD? It has three words: obsessive, compulsive, and disorder. Obsessions. These are unwanted and distressful thoughts and impulses and ideas that keep relentlessly flooding someone's mind. And they cause the person to respond in a certain way, like washing their hands again and again and again. We call that a compulsion. Somebody is compelled to act in a certain way so as to abet the distressful ideas that are going on in their mind. It is a disorder because it is a deviation from the norm. Normally, people don't act in such ways. For example, someone has a fear of germs. So every time they greet someone, they take out the sanitizer and they sanitize their hands. You see them even sanitizing their phone. Or before they use their desk at work, they have to clean it up, they have to sanitize the chair, they have to sanitize the work space. Normal people don't do that, but somebody with an OCD does that. Now again, it qualifies to be an OCD if it is distressful to the person. There are people who naturally like to wash their hands. Like during COVID-19, we were all advised to wash our hands so frequently. But that was not distressing. You would wash your hands because you know it is important. But when you are so distressed that if I don't wash my hands, I'm surely going to get sick, now you are suffering from OCD because it is distressing you. So that is one example, the common example of OCD. But there are some others that we hardly even talk about. Let us go back to the case of John. So John revealed that the thoughts that he's having in his mind are about killing himself. He says that one day, an idea just struck his mind. What if I kill myself? It was so strange, out of nowhere. And he started thinking about the idea. Can I actually do it? So he tried to convince himself, no, you're a good boy. You have got a lot to live for. But the more he tries to convince himself that he can't kill himself, the more he is getting convinced that it is actually possible for him to kill himself. Realize that John doesn't want to kill himself. But his mind is telling him that he has the potential to actually kill himself. So the boy is going into all extents to ensure that he does not kill himself. He wants to keep away ropes far from his bedroom. He wants to keep away any sharp objects away from him completely so that he doesn't see them, just in case he should want to kill himself. Another example is of this girl who comes crying. Let us call her Mary. She is so distressed. She gets into the guidance and counseling office and she's all tears. She says, Madam, I think I am pregnant. I don't know what I'm going to do. So the teacher asks her, what did you do? She says, no, madam. I didn't even have sex with anybody. But you see, the other day I was in the toilet and the water from the toilet bowl splashed on me. What if it had sperms inside there? Maybe somebody had shed his sperm there. And now they have got into me. And now I'm pregnant. I don't even know the father. What will I tell my parents? Who will believe me? And the girl keeps ruminating. That means keeps mulling over the thoughts over and over and over. She gets all these horrifying ideas into her mind, and she's so stressed. So of course the teacher found it so ridiculous, almost laughed at her, but realized that the girl was in trouble. So she says, if you want, you can go and take the pregnancy test. Yes, yes, madam, let us do it. So she buys the kit, they take the test, it is negative. Now you would think that the girl would be relieved, but no. The girl the following day comes back and says, madam, what if that test was faulty? Maybe we need to carry out another one. Can you see what OCD does? The girl wants to be so sure that it is not true. But when you provide this evidence, it goes another step. What if this test was wrong? What if madam is not an expert in this? Maybe she missed it. Okay, finally, her period came. So now madam told her, truly, you're not pregnant, you have had your period. No, Mary is not satisfied. Now she is working round the clock to ensure that this doesn't happen again. When she goes to the toilet, she has to flush the toilet again and again before using the toilet. If she needs to use soap in the bathroom, she has to wash it to ensure that there are no sperms on the soap, which could get her pregnant. For someone who is normal, this is very irrational. But for someone suffering from OCD, this is so disturbing to them. And by the way, these problems usually come during puberty, early teenage years. Another example is Juma. Juma is so afraid of falling in love with his sister. He says it just came one day, he was sitting and saw his sister passing by. And he thought, what if you're having feelings for your sister? Out of nowhere. And this changed Juma's life completely. He tried to rationalize it, like, surely this is my blood sister, this cannot be happening. But the more he rationalizes, the worse it becomes. Now he starts having images of his sister, obscene images of his sister, because he's trying very hard not to fall in love with his sister. So the more he does it, the worse it becomes. He even now feels guilty when he smells the sister's perfume. He can't even sit next to his sister because he's avoiding lest he falls in love with the sister. And it's so terrible because he can't tell his parents. He's thinking, what would my parents think? What kind of a boy am I to even think like that? I'm supposed to be protecting my sister. So the boy suffers silently. The boy even becomes very harsh towards the same sister. You, dress properly. Why are you dressing like that? What are you trying to show people? All in a bid to protect himself from falling in love with his sister. The last one is for those people who go to church. One girl came and said that the day she had the preacher preaching about the unpardonable sin, she was crippled. She started fearing, what if I commit this unpardonable sin? I will not be able to go to heaven. I will surely miss heaven. And so now her life started revolving around preventing herself from committing the unpardonable sin. She would have to consciously look at her thoughts to see if they were anything close to committing the unpardonable sin. Because if she committed it, she would surely go to hell. So this girl's life stopped. Every thought, have I committed the unpardonable sin? Oh Lord, forgive me. She's fasting, she's praying, she's basically so stressed because of this. And the more she thinks, the more she tries to prevent herself from committing the sin, the worse it gets. All the obscene thoughts come, all the blasphemous thoughts flow through her mind. Of course, no academic work can go in here. She goes to class, she's watching. What if the teacher has said something that is blasphemous? What if even the work she's doing is blasphemous? And she's watching every thought that goes in her mind. Of course, she wouldn't pay attention to the chemistry that she's being taught. She's a distressed person. So all these kids need help. If you're a parent, and especially a parent of a highly intelligent child, look out for signs of OCD and provide help in good time so that your child's academic life is not impeded. What are some of the signs to look for? Withdrawal. Your child was once very active, very confident, now they withdraw. They want to be alone. Doing what? Thinking. You just see them so absorbed in their own thoughts all the time. They don't want to talk to anybody, they don't want to go out to play, they just want to be by themselves. They have changed their routine. They want to sleep early and they want to wake up late so as to avoid thinking those thoughts. That is avoidance. They're avoiding. They want to avoid going to parties where they can get contaminated, going to places with many people where they can pick up diseases. Another one is engaging in safety behaviors. They want to wash their hands all the time. They want to wash the bathroom before they use it. You see that the child has become so neat overly. The bed is made, he brushes his teeth, he combs his hair, he shines his shoes. He has just suddenly become so tidy. Maybe there's an OCD compelling him to become that neat and that organized. The other one is seeking assurance. Mom, am I a good child? Mom, are you okay? Maybe that child is suffering from a repetitive obsession that he's about to lose his parent, that his parent is going to die. Mom, are you okay? Mom, please protect yourself from cancer. Have you locked the door? Please go and lock the door. Have I locked the door? They want to check again and again and again. That is seeking reassurance. Or, will every sin be forgiven? Every sin, is it pardonable? When you see a child coming to you with those questions again and again and again and again, you have a cause to suspect OCD. Then the last one is distraction. They become very busy. They surround themselves with homework, with assignments that they don't think. Or they're on the phone all the time, to avoid thinking those thoughts. Some even get into drugs, alcohol, to escape thinking, to escape the distress that they get as the thoughts go on in their mind again and again. I really feel for these children. Please, as parents, we're always supposed to be alert to be checking what is going on around our children. Thank you, viewers. If you have not subscribed to the channel, kindly subscribe so that we may continue to grow together.